Krishna
What is
Prabhu.
the full name? Anshu what?
It's Anshu Jaiswal.
Jaiswal. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Welcome. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Okay. So first of all, thank you very much to all you wonderful devotees for your homages that you have sent, written homages for Guru Maharaj's Puja. As we discussed that we do not charge anything for these programs, and the only way where we can see how sincere you are is when you write something as an offering to Maharaj, because it is him, Guru Maharaj, who are the powerhouse of Hare Krishna WECAN, and a controlling personality of all the programs and every activity that we do. You know. So for those who gave the time on time, thank you very much, Hare Krishna. And for those who did not give on time, I've noted it as well. It was not very pleasing to see, and I have noted it. This is a red line. No? This is my way to see how many people are serious about Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj. You know? So anyway, so we continue with our discussion today, and with part two of the topic that we're discussing on spiritual attachment and material attachment. Does anyone remember where we stopped last week? We're just waiting for Krishnadas to put his put on social media, and then he can share it on the screen. Anyone remembers where we finished, please?
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes,
We have to
please.
start. We have to start from text 19. Bro.
Yes, thank you. Krishnadas, whenever you're ready, we can start with it. Sharing the screen. So, as we say, this is just one subject on teachings of Lord Kapila, Lord Kapil's teachings to Mother Devhuti. They are so significant. How many different aspects we are covering on this just one chapter, one part of Srimad Bhagavatam. To just see how dynamic Srimad Bhagavatam is. You know? And what kind of topics are not covered in Bhagavatam? You'll be surprised to know. Every kind of topics are covered. And extremely, as I said once before, that even when some complicated concepts come in the open, like Book of Secrets, when it became a huge hit, and I wasn't interested. Now that these are basics. For all others, they said, this is great book, very dynamic book. I said, nothing. Then even some movies when they came, like Interstellar and all that, it was very hard for people to understand this movie. For me, I didn't even see the whole movie. Half movie I understood what the movies were. It's not difficult at all, concepts-wise. It's easy. It's very easy. Although I did not understand so many words in the language without translation, I understood the word. As compared to Bhagavatam, if you study Srimad Bhagavatam, you will be able to understand things in a much deeper way. And that is the reason why we have to study the scripture in a very systematic manner. In Bhagavatam systematic manner. Before that, Bhagavad Gita, before that, Sheshopanishad, before that, letter of instruction, and try and digest it. As if we do so, then that gives us the impetus to study more and even more. Because ultimately, the core of it is to understand the nature of God, Krishna. Material world is one way to understand things. Even the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, universal form. So, but to understand nature of Krishna, we should be prepared for it. It's preparation for this. And when that comes, then we are able to understand it. Because how Krishna speaks, what he means. Yes, we start with Bhagavad Gita where Krishna is speaking to Arjuna. He's talking and giving information to Arjuna. Yeah, and we have to understand before Bhagavad Gita also, before the Arjuna accepts him as Guru, he was just talking as a friend. It's when he accepts as a Guru that when he becomes very helpful. Yeah. So similarly, even in Bhagavatam, what he says, he speaks very few words, few sentences, few verses. And the replies are very big numbers. So what he says is very important. He doesn't waste his time, waste his words. So many things to know. And directly about God. So we're preparing to be with him. So we are with him in this body. And when we finish this body, as and when we finish, we are ready to go, transmigrate, and go back to him. No need to come back again. Bye-bye to material world. Goodbye. You have nothing to do with it. You're truly astonishing. Which scripture teaches like this? Tell me. Which scripture teaches like this? Bhagavatam is profound. Okay, Krishna, thank you. If you can please share the screen. Text 19, we'll start the discussion. Who would like to read, please? We can have some volunteers.
Can I read, Prabhu?
Okay, you want to read, please? Feel free.
Text 19. Na yujamanaya bhaktaya. Sorry, Prabhu, I don't know the meter of this gospel. You are on a mute, Prabhu.
It's the same. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Na yujya manaya bhaktya, Bhagavati akhilatmani, Sadrushosti Shiva Pantha, Yoginam Brahma Siddhaye. Okay, this is the translation.
Translation. Perfection in self-realization cannot be attained by any kind of yogi unless he engages in devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, for that is the only auspicious path.
Read again, read it, breaking the sentence, okay? Translation. How many points are there here? Please read again.
Translation. Perfection in self-realization cannot be attained by any kind of yogi unless he engages in devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, for that is the only auspicious path.
The first point. Perfection in self-realization cannot be attained by any kind of yogi unless he engages in devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So any kind of yogi process is not going to benefit unless it is bhakti to Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead. Second point, for that is the only auspicious path. The remaining paths can be auspicious, yes, they're purifying, yes, but over a long period of time it purifies. Not immediately. Whereas bhakti purifies immediately. For example, if you're going to cook prasadam, bhoga, you want to eat anyways. You're hungry, so you're going to eat. But bhakti is such a process that you buy for Krishna cook for Krishna, offer to Krishna, and then honor prasadam. So you are already accepting spiritual food. Begins. It's auspicious. This is the reason why it says, for that is the only auspicious path. Okay, let's continue. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. That knowledge and renunciation are never perfect unless joined by devotional service is explicitly explained here. Na yaj- na na yujamanya means without being dotel. When there is devotional service, the question arises where to offer that service. Devotional service is to be offered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the super soul of everything, for that is the only reliable path of self-realization or Brahman realization.
See here,
The word
we discussed in the past that knowledge and renunciation are needed for self-realization. But they're also incomplete without bhakti. The bhakti is a potent medicine. To have, for a medicine to act, you require bhakti. The potency is bhakti. You must add bhakti to everything and you are safe. That's what it means to Krishna. Nothing else. Yeah, please continue. The word
Brahma Siddhaye means to understand oneself to be different from matter, to understand oneself to be Brahman. The Vedic words are Aham Brahmasmi. Brahma Siddhi means that one should know that he is not matter, he is pure soul. There are different kinds of yogis, but every yogi is supposed to have attained self-realization or a Brahman realization. It is it is clearly stated here that unless one is fully engaged in the devotional service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one cannot easily approach the path of Brahma Siddhi. In the beginning of the second chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, it is stated that when one engages in devotional service of Vasudeva, spiritual knowledge and renunciation of the material world are automatically manifest. Thus, a devotee does not have to strive separately for renunciation or knowledge. Devotional service itself is so powerful that by one's service, everything is revealed. It is stated here.
Just one second, Prabhuji. See this point that the second chapter, Brahmeti Paramatmati Bhagwanati Sudhayati, and Vasudeva Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojitaha. Janasi Ashu Vairagyam. Nanam cha yada haitukam. That was the point. Asu means very soon. Vairagya means detachment. And Gnana means knowledge. So here Prabhupada is mentioning that in the beginning of the second chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, it is stated that when one engages in devotional service of Vasudeva, that is this particular verse, spiritual knowledge and realization of the material world are automatically manifested. As soon as one starts serving Vasudeva, Krishna, both these two things, spiritual knowledge and renunciation, detachment of the material world, automatically manifests. Thus, a devotee does not have to strive separately for renunciation or knowledge. But if you do not worship Vasudeva, then you are forced to do different Astanga yoga process of controlling of the mind. To control the mind, you control the breath, pranayam. To control the breath, then you have to eat a particular kind of food. You have to meditate, chant certain mantras, omkar mantras, sit in solitude place, sit quietly, detach from the world, don't speak. All these things are needed to gain detachment. And then with that, you require knowledge. So you require a guru who can give you knowledge. If you're lucky, you'll find one who's genuine. Otherwise, you're a kangaroo. You'll find kangaroos floating around, not gurus at all. So it's a separate endeavors you should do, two separate endeavors. Whereas in the path of bhakti, where you are engaging Krishna's service, automatically knowledge and detachment comes hand in hand by serving Krishna. This is what it means. Is this point clear? Everybody's point, this point is clear?
Yes, bro.
Yeah. Otherwise, we have to do separate endeavors, hard endeavors, control senses. None of us have done it. Has anyone done this kind of Ashtanga yoga process and controlling of the senses before joining us? Yeah, so for us, it's just words. But a person who strived for it, to control the mind, to control the senses, to gain knowledge for it. And then you find out it's just the easiest path. The easiest path is just to worship Krishna, and you're doing both together. Then one appreciates it more. Because we don't have experience, we don't appreciate it. You understand this point? If you never felt hungry, starving, and slept while starving, you don't appreciate the value of food. You'll waste the food. You'll waste water. How many of us waste water? We don't even realize we waste water, correct? Try doing one thing. Try and get a pot and fill the water, which is about 2 kilometers away from your home. Fill the pot, carry on your head, bring it to your home, and it is guaranteed you'll not waste water. Same thing is about food. Most of us waste food, You don't like it, we throw it away. Yeah. Or we take too much, but it's going to us free. And we throw it away then. So much wasted. But if you have really starved, if you're starved and wanting for food, you don't get food to eat. And if you're sleeping hungry, if you slept hungry with stomach ache, the next time when you get food, you'll appreciate the value of food. This is how we have to understand to become a yogi first before controlling other senses. Similarly, words that we speak, why we speak uncontrolling, we speak anything, any nonsense, any good sense. Why? Yeah. So these are very practical aspects of things. Whereas if you are being Krishna conscious, you'll just listen to Krishna and that's it, you're done. You don't talk of anything else. I've seen people who just speak about Krishna. Moment you start to speak of anything else about Krishna, apart from Krishna, you just move out. Not interested. And just walk away from there quietly. And we don't even realize the person has walked away from the discussion because we're discussing something else apart from Krishna. Very interesting. Very interesting. And this is pointed out by Maharaj, Guru Maharaj once. We were all come for Vyas Puja and all that, we were all yapping away. One devotee came, he sat around and he walked away. We didn't even notice it. But in the next class, next day's Bhagavatam class, Maharaj said, you guys don't notice, isn't it? This devotee here, one of the disciples of Maharaj. You see, he is interested only in Krishna. So as long as we were doing, Kirtan was going on, Arti was going on, he was there with us dancing. And then we sat down, after the Kirtan we were discussing, he sat down with us. The moment he saw no Krishna, he stood up, took his bag, and walked away. Yeah, wonderful. Yeah. So this is how we control our senses. But we should be ready to control our senses. And we will be ready to control our senses when we value what we have got is invaluable. When we are preparing to leave this world, never to come back. When we are sure about this, then we'll do all these things. You understand this point? But as long as we are just doing this along with our material things, yeah, I'm doing material things, I'll also do devotional service. Then our focus is broken into two. So this spiritual development, material development is have to be very easy, very importantly understood and differentiated. It is a very serious business. You're not going to earn money for doing this. And you'll be surprised to know one of the first things they teach Even to earn money is to be honest. You know this? How many of you know about this point? To become a millionaire, first thing you have to do is to be honest. How many of you have heard this? No? You have not heard it? Come on. I've heard it. How come you guys have not heard it? How many of you have read this Rich Dad Poor Dad? No? Rich Dad Poor Dad. Nobody has read. One person has read. Only one person has read. And you don't read this? Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So you're honest about everything, including how much time you invest on things. You see, don't read this over there. That's all right. If you read Bhagavatam, everything is covered. I'm telling you this. The strategies that we adopt in material life, yeah, so the strategies we adopt in material life for our material well-being and all is very simple in big best-selling books. There's nothing. Concepts are very basic concepts. So controlling the senses will become important to us when we realize that we want to go back to Godhead. Full stop. And only we can take ourselves back to Godhead. Full stop. Nobody else can take you back to Godhead. Well, they can instruct you, they can guide you, they'll pull you sometimes, but we have to flap our wings alone. It is really foolhardy to think that I'm not going to do anything, but somebody will pull my hair. I'm not going to do anything. What? Why I'm not going to do anything? Will you do it for anybody else? But we expect others to do that, you see. This is how foolish we are in our thinking. We have to be very sharp. Why we want to do, what we want to do. What we want to do, why we want to do, and how we want to do, how we want to achieve it. So become very busy. Yes, material things are needed. Be very busy with material things. You should not neglect material things. But do not overemphasize material things for spiritual needs. Whatever is destined is going to come to you. But if you implement your teachings of Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and small books, other books into your lives, you'll be very satisfied. And the same in the same book, they say that desires are very bad for people. And the same book says that even rich people are very scared of losing their riches, so they become greedy. So some greed is needed, full greed is not needed. Now, how can you teach rascals to say some greed is needed, full greed is not needed? How can you differentiate between some greed and full greed? Yeah. The same person who writes the book is fully greedy, although he says he's not greedy. He had come to New Zealand, and people had gone to visit him and listen to his class. And he spoke for 3 hours, he spoke for 15-20 minutes. And the person came, paid big money. He said, why did I pay the money? He came running to me laughing. I was laughing away. Said, you're right, absolutely right. Nothing new. Same thing. And he had all other people for whom he had charged to give presentations. Only for this day, this particular company is presenting this presentation, and only 100 people will get this, and they all are running to get this, And he's charging them for every commission, he's charging everyone he's charging. He's making his brand name, and he's saying he's telling people you should not be greedy. What is he doing? He's not a sadhu. He may be a good man amongst rascals, but he's still a rascal. So excuse me, we are not business to call anybody else. That is not my business. Excuse me. I stand corrected. But what I'm saying is that we rather take our learnings from Bhagavatam, which teaches us about very rich people. Not this one person who became rich, who's got some $1 million or some billions of dollars. We're talking about people who had the richness of the whole earth. And not only earth, of earth and other planets. And not only other planets. We were talking about, Bhagavatam speaks about a person who is supposed to become the king of this whole universe. Millions of planets, billions of stars, president, the king, and that personality was taken away by his great saint Narad Muni. He said, "Come," and we're going to renunciate. Seriously, I'm telling you, this is a true fact. So this person is supposed to be made the president, the king of the whole universe. Not Earth, not Mars, not Jupiter, not Sun, not Moon. All these were his subordinate in this personality. Right? And he was a student of Narad Muni. Narad Muni takes him, sits under a cave in a different planet, and teaches him renunciation, Krishna Bhakti, Krishna consciousness. And this person says, I don't want to become king. You can keep this. Not interested. Because he is the grandson of Brahma. Brahma's son, Swayambhu Manu's son, Priyavrata. He is that. So he says, I don't want to become. So everybody became very puzzled. Oh my God, how can he not become king? He is supposed to become king. He is the most qualified. Not that other nowadays, you want to become king? Very good. I'll become king. Somebody rascal is becoming king. One dog can become a king to put it. And they'll manipulate the dog and earn all the riches. So they said, no. Bring him back. So father goes, son, what are you doing? It is not your age. So like today, you must get married to a beautiful girl, all those things, have riches and all those things. He said, no. I don't want to become. Narad Muni says, yes. Narad Muni said, absolutely right. You should not become. Denounce everything, go back to Godhead, finish it off. You'll be entangled here in the material world if you become king of this universe. Lo kar lo baat. Narad Muni is competing against the kingdom of the universe. And what is he giving? You become Krishna conscious, you go back to Godhead when you die. And he was winning. And then ultimately Swayambhu Manu folded hands and goes to his father, Brahma. So Brahma has to stop his meditation and come down from his Brahmalok to search out where he was there, where he's hiding, He's hiding in some Mars or some other planet in a cave. Narad Muni is sitting, he's instructing, he's sitting quietly down, and Brahma says, And then what happens? What is described here is so beautiful. He said many times the father cannot teach, or father cannot sell, or father cannot convince, the son. Yeah? The son rebels with the father. But the grandfather, he says, the grandson admits. The relationship is such with the grandparents. One of my good friend, he's a nice friend. I met him this time also in India. He said that for the grandparents, they like the interest more than the principal. So for principal is their children, but the interest is children's children. So grandparents like that very much, Same thing happened with Brahma. So Brahma's relationship with him was very nice. So I said, come on now, what are you doing? This is not right. No, grandfather. And ultimately convinced him. And it took him out from Narad Muni, and then he became the king of the universe. Tell me, how beautiful is that? Is it not practical of today's life? At the same time, we're talking about intergalactic relationships. Grandfather stays in a different planet, not in a different country, or a different house. To go to that planet, nobody can go. If you go there for a minute, for a second, 1,000 lifetime finishes on earthly planet. Yeah. Or in sun planet. The time scales are different. So how much a reader has to gasp? The Brahma would come down, he spends time, or when this guy goes there, he spends time, then he becomes old. Yeah. So all these things has to be calculated when Brahma comes on and he speaks, this guy becomes a devotee. Yes. But he said, I'll not. Ultimately, he becomes a king. And then after that, he leaves everything and becomes a devotee. And that's what David mentioned in the Bhagavatam. He renounces everything. This is devotional service. This is called the urge to go back to Godhead. You see? And we have got some wealth here, 5,000 rupees we have got in our pocket, and I'm very proud of my 5,000 rupees. I don't want to die. So how much fallen are we? Where are these personalities? They are in the page of Bhagavatam. Just see this. And they'll give this up. And he took it with a promise that he'll do this. Yeah. We spoke the same thing about Kapil Dev's guru, a father also, Kadama Muni. He promised, same Swayambhava Manu, I'll marry your daughter. The Manu's daughter. He said, I'll marry her, but after the son is born, I'll leave her. I'll leave the son also, and I'll become renunciate. Who will do this? Emperor, monarch of the universe, he becomes his son-in-law. He's so powerful. Nowadays, son-in-law is the most rogue man. He's a big headache for the father of the bride. He cheats everything on everybody. This is Bhagavatam. And this will teach you, it will teach us how to lead life purely and at the same time not be foolish. How wonderful it is. We have to, in one time, at the same time, we think about monarch of the who's staying on earth, moves to other planet, there he goes to that father comes here, the time scales are different, instructions are given, he becomes a king, he saves the earth, he saves the sun, he moves, actually, he's a personality who has chartered the sun. He took away the sun rays to different parts of the universe which are not getting the sun. It was his responsibility. So he changed the cycle of the sun, the movement of the sun. So the sun could be, it would spread his rays in other parts of the universe which are in darkness. They've been brought into darkness, brought into light. So what we see sun today is also some work done by him. So many millennium ago. And Swayambhava Manu is the first Manu. We are the seventh Manu. Each Manu lives for how many? 71 Yuga cycles. We're talking about Yuga cycles. And we are 31 Yuga cycles, 7th Manu. God! What is one Yuga cycle means? Come on. What is one Yuga cycle is what? How many years? Tell me. Give me the calculation. You guys are useless. Say with me. Count with me. Yes, who was there? Count, yes.
4,032,000? Yes,
yeah, so 432,000 years times 10 is one Yuga cycle. Yeah. Now there is one Yuga cycle. Times 71. That is the age of one Manu. And this is like this. We are the 7th Manu. Or 31 Yuga cycle. 31st. And Brahma is the same. Manu is different. Brahma still remains the same. The 14 Manus in one day of Brahma. What? Yeah, 14 Manus in one day of Brahma. And one of those Manus' son was this monarch of the universe. He said, no, I don't want to become. So he's so small in a way. But what is so big? Now this has to be grappled when you study Bhagavatam. Is it not dynamic? You tell me now, what is interstellar movie? Nothing. About 20 minutes you understand, yes, bogus. That's what I told them, this is nothing. And how people looked at me and said, what nonsense are you talking about? I said, yes, I'm nonsense, don't worry about me. But it is nothing, don't worry about it. I understood it like this only. I don't understand the whole thing also, just like this only. Nothing. Secret. My colleagues were saying, this book, book of secret is so great. I said, nothing, Bhagavatam, I just told you about one story. Is it not dynamic? You tell me, is it not dynamic? But even this you'll miss out if you don't study like we studied now. Like we studied, unlimited, unwanted desires. If you don't study like this, you'll miss this also. Otherwise, we should revolutionize the thinking. This is Bhagavatam. Okay? So, this is how we prove that loving Krishna will give us knowledge and detachment by itself. By this particular pastime. But if we don't love Krishna, then we have to endeavor separately for knowledge and for renunciation. It's a very painful process. It is purifying, but over a long period of time. This purifies immediately. Okay, is it clear?
Yes.
Is it clear? This point is clear to everybody? Great stuff. Let's continue reading, please. Thank you.
It is stated here, Shiva Pantha, this is the only auspicious path for self-realization. The path of devotional service is the most confidential means for attaining Brahman realization. That perfection in Brahman realization is attained through the auspicious path of devotional service indicates that the so-called Brahman realization or realization of Brahma Jyoti effulgence is not Brahma Siddhi. Beyond that Brahma Jyoti, there
It's
is the
not Brahman
supreme
realization, it's Brahman realization. It's not Brahman. That is different. That is a caste.
Brahman.
This Brahman means Brahma Jyoti.
Brahma Jyoti.
Yeah. Please continue.
Beyond that Brahma Jyoti, there is Supreme Personality of Godhead. In Upanishads, a devotee prays to the Lord to kindly put aside the effulgence Brahma Jyoti so that the devotee may see within the Brahma Jyoti the actual eternal form of the Lord. Unless one attains realization of the transcendental form of the Lord, there is no question of bhakti. Bhakti
Again, this
necessitates
sentence. This sentence again, please.
kindly put aside the effulgence Brahma Jyoti so that the devotee may see within the Brahma Jyoti the actual eternal form of the Lord. Unless one attains realization of the transcendental form of the Lord, there is no question of bhakti.
Yes,
But
this is the point. We have to understand the form of Krishna. Without understanding what Krishna looks like, what is his nature, why he does something, what is the purpose of his dancing, what is the purpose of his speaking, his song, his Bhagavad Gita, in Bhagavatam, it is not possible for us to attain God. Yeah. So that's why those who do not understand God, but they want to attain Siddhi, they may go to the impersonal Brahman, Brahma Jyoti, but then fall down again because they have not understood God. If you understood Krishna, what he looks like, why he looks like, why he smiles in a particular way, what is it, what are his characteristics? Why should we love him? If we cannot understand, if we don't spend time understanding why should we love Krishna, if Krishna loves us, then we will not be able to understand him. Okay? We cannot go back to God. That's our challenge. Yeah. Please continue.
bhakti necessitates the existence of the recipient of devotional service and the devotee who renders devotional service. Brahma Siddhi through devotional service is realization of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The understanding of the effulgent rays of the body of the Supreme Godhead is not perfect stage of Brahma Siddhi or Brahman realization, nor is the realization of Paramatma feature of the Supreme Person perfect because Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is Ak- Akhilatma. Akhilatma, he is the Super Soul. One who realizes the Supreme Personality realizes the other features, namely the Paramatma feature and Brahman feature, and the total realization is Brahma Siddhi.
So this is the point. We have to understand God in his impersonal feature, his Brahman feature, as an impersonal Brahman, as Paramatma or super soul in the heart, and then Bhagavan feature. So this is a process one has to consciously understand and realize. Yeah, please continue.
As stated before, the word yoga means to connect. Brahma, Brahma Siddhaye means self-realization, and Aham Brahmasmi means I am spirit soul. Actually, realizing oneself to be spirit is not sufficient. One has to progress further. One's fever may be cured, but one must also regain his strength and appetite in order to be totally cured. Then one can have normal, healthy life free of disease. Similarly, simply realizing that one is spirit soul is not sufficient. One has to engage in spiritual activity, and that spiritual activity is bhakti. Mayavadi philosophers think that it is sufficient to stop all material activity, and Buddhist philosophers advocate nirvana, cessation of material life. Neither give more information. Actually, we are suffering due to this material combination, and that is a fact. This body is composed of earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and ego. The Buddhists and Mayavadis advocate the annihilation of the components. They say, let the earth go to earth, and let the water go to water, let the fire go to fire, and become zero. If we dismantle the house of material body and become zero, we attain nirvana. Nirvana means the cessation of pleasure and pain. The Mayavadis and Buddhists claim that if we fill an empty pitcher, the water will make some sound as long as the pitcher is not completely filled. When pitcher is filled, there will no longer be any sound. Thus, they claim that all Vedic mantras and hymns stop when one is completely Brahman realized. In other words, the Buddhists and Mayavadis claim that material world is false, mithya, and that we should somehow or other make it zero. However, simply realizing Brahman, realizing one's identity as spirit soul, is insufficient. We must realize that Bhagwan is everywhere. Bhagwan is everywhere. Ekopyaso rachayetum jagat anand kotim
No, no, this is not.
yach.
This is Brahma Samhita tune. This is Brahma Samhita. You know this
How
tune?
to sing, Prabhu? No, Prabhu.
Okay, can anyone else sing, please? Ekopyaso rachayutam jagadanda यच्चक्तिरस्ति जगदण्डचयायद् अन्तः अण्डान्तरस्थपरमाणुचयान्तरस्थम् गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. Yeah, please continue.
I worship the personality of Godhead Govinda, who, by one of his plenary portions, enters the existence of every universe and every atomic particles, and thus unlimitedly manifests his infinite energy all over the material creation. Brahma Samhita, chapter 5, verse 35. Sri Bhagwan is not alone. He is not only localized, but is everywhere. Although Krishna has particular place, he is everywhere. It is not that because Krishna is in one place, he cannot be in others. Since we are conditioned, when we sit in our office, we cannot be at home. Krishna is not like this. Goloka evi nivasti, akhilatma bhuta. Krishna is always in Golok Vrindavan, yet he is adantar, adantarstha parmanu chayantarastam. He is within every atom of this universe. This universe is existing due to the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. There is not only one universe there, but there are many millions, and they are all working very nicely because the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is present. We should not think that all these planets are floating in space without any arrangement having been made. There is definitely an arrangement. In order to be completely free of the material modes, one has to come not only to the platform of Jnana and Vairagya, but to Bhakti also. When we mention Bhakti, some people say, I render Bhakti to my wife. I love her very much and take care of her. If I do not see her, I become mad. Thus, that he is Bhagwan. We should ask, sorry. Thus, people have Bhakti for their family, country, goddess Durga, other demigods, and so on. However, that kind of bhakti will not do. Therefore, it is said, Bhaktir, Bhaktir Bhagavati. Bhakti must be rendered unto the Supreme. It is not that one should render bhakti unto an imitation Bhagwan. If one says that he is Bhagwan, we should ask, are you present in everyone's heart? Can you tell me what I am thinking now? If one is Bhagwan, he must be Akhilatma. Akhilatma. If one is Ishvara, he must be present in everyone's heart. Can you tell me what I am thinking now? If one is, sorry, he must be present in everyone's heart. Krishna is present in everyone's heart. Sarvasya chaham hridishana vish hridishanivista. All this should be
Rudy
scrutinizingly
Shanni
studied.
Visto.
Hridishani Vishnu. All this
Visto.
should be Hridishani Vistu. All this should be scrutinizingly studied. It is not that one should accept this rascal or that rascal as Bhagwan, nor should one render bhakti to this demigod or that demigod, to one's family, country, society, wife, cat, dog, or whatever. All this is not really bhakti, but imitation bhakti. It is actually lustful desire. If we can develop bhakti for Krishna, Krishna consciousness, our lives will be successful. Actually, there is no alternative. As stated in this verse, Sadrashosti Swapantha, Brahman is Krishna, and Brahma Siddhaye means understanding our relationship with God, relationship with Krishna. Parabrahman is Krishna, and Brahma Siddhaye means understanding our relationship with Krishna. It is all right for one to understand oneself as Brahman, Aham Brahmasmi. But what is our relationship with the Parabrahman? There are always two, Brahman and Parabrahman, Atma and Paramatma, Ishvara and Parameshwara. The individual living being and supreme living beings, Nitya and Nityanam, Chet, Chetanas and Chetananam. There are always two present, and two means a relationship. We should therefore understand our relationship with the Supreme, with Parabrahman, understanding that relationship is Brahma Siddhai.
Okay, just pause. We read a lot of points here. Now tell me one thing. One point came here that people are materialistic people. They say I worship anybody, as God. Yeah, this purport I
Yes,
worship my wife as God. Yeah.
yes.
So have you seen any of these like this in your material world? Worshipping wife as God, or worshipping husband as God. Yeah, you have God, worshiping husband as God. There is a Vedic way, but as good as demigod, not God, demigod. But
Devoted to their money.
yeah, have you seen this? Yeah. Where
Yes,
there's
Prabhu.
a tell me give an example. Can you give an example? I can give example. All of you have heard the
Hare Krishna,
example.
Prabhuji.
Yes, please.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah. Yeah, I met actually one of my family member, when I actually tried to preach it. So he told me that he believes that his work is actually his God. And he said he want to put all his effort to do that work nicely, so he can attain the God. So that's what they believe. And I said, where you heard this? He said, that's what I believe. So, so
Work
that
is
was one
worship.
of the example. Like, yeah, yes, work. He said so. Yeah, that was a discussion probably. But say by worshipping work, you are making a profit. So that is for yourself only. So, so yeah, that was. So people has different. Actually, they believe different things. As per their convenience.
What they like to believe, what they like to do. Make money, so I worship.
Yeah.
But they go on
Yes.
a holiday, take a break from their God.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, thank you. Hare Krishna. Yes, anybody else? Loving the wife or husband as God? You all know. You'll be singing the song also. Oh, what is the Bollywood song? What is the Bollywood song? I heard it just recently, just playing. I was laughing. It played in my mind just few days ago. Actually, I was laughing so much. So there is stupidity. The whole of India and Pakistan and all Bangladesh all are dancing at this song. Tell me, you all know this song. I'll beat you up if you don't really. Say, I don't know this song. You're lying. You're liars. Number one liar. Worshipping wife as God or husband as God or whatever it is God, lover as God. What was that? It was about some. Um, um, it was in a tiffin. Food comes in a tiffin. The wife brings. Sorry, what is the song? The wife puts the food in the tiffin, and he starts to love her because of tiffin. It is shot in Punjab. Punjab. You guys, Haryana, Punjab people, you know this. That's the one. That's the one.
Yes, Prabhuji. I
That's
think
the one. तुझमें रब दिखता है यारा में. I was laughing. What absolute garbage! This is material world. Is this not so? And the movie song became super hit. Yeah, and I think that even that heroine was the first song movie for the heroine also, which was launched in that song. I don't know what is song movie, but imagine this is how degraded we are. Absolutely, तुझमें रब दिखता है यारा मैं क्या करूं. But absolutely right. You donkey only go like this. Everybody's dancing like this. They also like this only. Foolish people, rascal. Number one. Bankruptcy of complete civilization. Where is this Bhagavatam and where is this song? Tell me this. This is how we should be singing Bhagavatam songs like this. Make some nice Bhagavatam songs. Instead of this, propaganda should be very heavy of propaganda. You see, they've got the propaganda, we should have our own propaganda. What is complete garbage, this song? I see God in. If you translate this, I see God in you, what can I do? I see God in you, my wife, what can I do? What absolute garbage nonsense. You will laugh. The person who wrote also will be laughing if you translate it in English. But Hindi is very nice. Putting music directing, everybody's dancing, all this is going on. Completely. Is it not so? Slap yourself. You like this song? Slap yourself now. Turn yourself camera off and give a tight slap and put a camera on. I'll see your five fingers here. Yeah, nice. Foolish people. You're also number one foolish. Call yourself foolish. At least call yourself a foolish. I'm number one foolish. Turn yourself on and say I'm number one foolish and turn it on. The camera. Tell it privately. Absolute garbage. Complete bankruptcy. I don't even have words to say things, But we should have other propaganda going on. You have such nice kirtans going on whenever we went. We did our nice singing wherever we went. Why can't we have our kirtans making big, big music? Everybody loves the music. Prabhupada, well, it happened, When Prabhupada was president, it happened. And people sang it. The big famous George Harrison from the Beatles, he sung it, Hare Krishna. Why can't we sing? He added Hare Krishna in his commercial song. Why can't we do it? Why don't one of you become big singer, man? And you sing other things and sing praise Krishna's law, Krishna's name, you'll be glorified. Why can't you do it? Why can't we do it? They're singing all this complete nonsense song. Tiffin box, may you see, because the person wife cooks nice tiffin, he loves the wife, and he sees God in the wife. Absolute garbage, complete nonsense it is. And so what? I will be the only one standing there. The whole world will be against me. They'll kill me. Maar do usko. Don't leave him alone. Kill him only. He doesn't like this song. Kill him. And you always support him also. Them also. Yes, that's right. Kill him. We also agree with you. The song is very good. Kill him. You don't want him. The Rascal should die. You want to listen to the song. He's asking us to stop singing the song. It must be in your tune also. Mobile phone tune. Whose tune has got this song? You had kept this tune. Who has sung? Come on. Huh? Complete garbage. Maharaj was going to give a class like this. My God. Some movie name came at that time. And Maharaj was so upset. Oh, we were listening to the class there recently. So what is this name? What is this movie? Everybody is jumping up and down with this movie. This is name of the movie. Some masala. Name of the movie was masala. Some garam masala. I said, what is this song? What is this movie? Absolute garbage. Maharaj, Vyas Puja Maharaj was shouting and screaming. Everybody is. We are foolish people. Number one foolish people. And no doubt, we love our dog, we love our wife, we love our cat, we love our job, and then we fight. That's it. And then we fight. And then we die. And then we are born as a wife, or as a man, and this, and cat, and dog, and mouse, and earthworm, and then again bird, and again beast, and again have fight, and again love, and again die. And again reborn, and again this. Puna Charvita Charvana Nam. Prahlad Maharaj said this 5 years, when he was 5 years old. Puna Charvita Charvana Nam. Repeating the same thing again and again. Again and again. Again and again. Same thing was mentioned in the Rich Dad Poor Dad. The same poor dad repeats the same thing. Son, you become education, earn money, and you do this. Same thing. Repeated the same thing. We are in the same thing here. So break the cycle of thinking. Become devotees of Krishna. And go back to God. We are not saying you should be not earning money. You earn money. Who's stopping you from not earning money? We all earn money. We have businesses running on. But our aim should be this only. When time is up, finish it off. Yes, please continue. Thank you. Now remember, next time you sing this song, okay? You see my face. Don't sing this song. Which song? Huh? Deepakji, which song? Don't sing this song. Yeah, don't sing this song. Which song? Don't be let everybody. Huh? Om Prabhu. Which song? No song. There's no song, Prabhuji. We're not singing any songs. That's it. No songs. Foolishness. Complete rascaldom. Garbage. You're like crows, Crows that to sing in this car garbage. A swan doesn't go to the garbage. We go to the garbage. We all are like this. I'm also like this. Foolish person. Yes, please continue. Hare Krishna. What happened, Mahesh? You got upset with me? You like this
No,
song to
Prabhu.
sing? You like to sing this song to your
I
wife?
can't see the shared screen, Prabhu.
No, achha. Because you are
I
newly
think because
married,
of some.
You're newly married. You must be singing to this to your wife. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe possible, So she may get upset, or you may get upset. Possible, So that's fine. You
No,
sing
Prabhu.
quietly. We're going to sing in the room. Don't sing here, okay? You chant Hare Krishna. There you sing what you want to sing. And dance also if
Yes,
you want
Prabhu.
to dance.
We are we are qualitatively one with Parabrahman, but Parabrahman is very great, whereas we are very small. Parabrahman is one Kaivalya. There is no alternative and no duplicate. There is no one equal to him or greater than him. That is the meaning of Kaivalya.
Okay,
Human
just
life
pause
is
here. Just pause here. Don't walk away. This is very important point. Whenever something new comes, you must be pausing things. Could you repeat this point again, this sentence again? We are
there is no alternative
no,
and no
we are
duplicate.
qualitative.
Sorry, Prabhu.
Start from we are qualitatively.
We are qualitatively one with Parabrahman, but Parabrahman is very great, whereas we are very small. Parabrahman is one Kaivalya. There is no alternative and no duplicate. There is no one equal to him or greater than him. That is the meaning of Kaivalya.
Full stop. What do you understand by this?
We are we are qualitatively same with the Supreme Personality or Parabrahman, but we are quantitatively we are not the same. So we are
Yes.
very very small. We
Yes.
cannot compare ourselves to the Parabrahman.
Yes, that's right. So that is what is it called?
Kaivalya.
Now, whenever you will have any argument with any person who has got some knowledge of scriptures, yeah, who's impersonalist, he will talk about Kaivalya.
Yes,
You know what is
Prabhu.
Kaivalya? So yes, you know Kaivalya. They will give some big esoteric definition of Kaivalya. What is our definition? Because Kaivalya for them is Parabrahman, means Brahma Jyoti,
Yes.
Brahma. Yeah, and they say there is only Brahma Jyoti, there is nobody else.
Yes.
Yeah, so we say yes, there is Parabrahman. Brahman, they say Brahman, we say Parabrahman. Parabrahman is a personality, Krishna. You understand this? Just for basic simplicity, there's material world, okay? Then there is space in between. Then there
Yes.
is rays, effulgent rays, which are from the Vaikuntha planets. Yeah, those rays from Vaikuntha planets are Brahman. Is a Brahma Jyoti. Technically. Okay, then there is Vaikuntha.
Mm.
Okay, and from there is Guru Kundavan. This is how the structure of the material and spiritual world is. So material world, complete material world, okay, then there is voidness, then there is Parabrahman, there is a Brahman which is the Brahma Jyoti, which comes from the rays of the spiritual world, which is Vaikuntha planets. Then there are Vaikuntha planets actually, where Krishna is in different forms. And then there is Golok Vrindavan, which is tucked away above Vaikuntha planets. The description about Vaikuntha, about Golok Vrindavan also, what it looks like, etc. Okay? There is Kaivalya. So Kaivalya means there is now nobody, there is nothing except, which yes, there is nothing except there are other things existing. So there's much things much beyond Brahma Jyoti. So there's Vaikuntha beyond Brahma Jyoti. Yeah, full is three-fourths of the creation. And then there is Golok Vrindavan. Okay?
Yeah. Yes, Prabhu.
Please continue.
Human life is meant for inquiring about Parabrahman and one's relationship with him. Unfortunately, people are not asking questions about Parabrahman. Everyone is asking about the news and the morning paper, and everyone is concerned with going to the market and purchasing so many goods for cheaper prices. All this is going on in human society and in cat and dog society also. This world is full of darkness and ignorance, but Krishna consciousness is transcendental to this material world. In Krishna consciousness, there is no darkness but simply light. If we try to find things at night, it becomes very difficult. However, in the daytime, there is no difficulty. The Shastras enjoin that we leave this darkness and come to light. This light is given by the Guru. Om Adnyana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam yena tasmai Shri Gurve Namah. I was born in the darkest ignorance, and my spiritual master opened my eyes with the torch of knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. It is the Guru's business to give light by knowledge. The Guru has completely assimilated the Vedic essence of life. Shruti, knowledge, is received by hearing. It is not experimental. We cannot understand that which is beyond our sense perception by experiment. We cannot understand who our Father is by experimental knowledge. One cannot say, let me find out who my Father is by experiment. Our Father was existing before we were existing. And it is not possible to understand by experimental knowledge that this or that man is my father. The real authority is the mother. Therefore, Vedic knowledge has been likened to the mother and Puranas to the sisters. We should understand from the Vedas
See,
what
here we are
ultimate
seeing
knowledge
the
really is.
Guru, the main thing is at the time of initiation, you get the Guru gives knowledge. So the Shastra is the mother, the Guru is the father. Here it is the definition given here. So what does the Guru does? He gives knowledge. That is his business. Guru's business is to give knowledge. That's it. Nothing else. His business is not ask for money, not ask for anything, nothing. He's got nothing to do with anything to anybody. He gives knowledge and he walks away. People are not interested in knowledge, he doesn't give knowledge. He walks away. It is up to the disciples or followers to ask for knowledge. You see, this is the point. This is the point Prabhupada says. It's the Guru's business to give knowledge, give light by knowledge. The Guru has completely assimilated the Vedic essence of life, Shruti. Knowledge is received by hearing. Okay, and then Prabhupada further says that you cannot find out your father. Mother introduces you to the father. Same way, Shastras are the mother, and the Puranas are sister. The Vedas are the mother, Vedic knowledge, and Puranas are the sisters. Okay, so it is this mother who gives knowledge of Krishna. So the medium of the Guru who studied this Vedas. Very simple, no complicated. Yeah. So this is the point to be understood. And you all are getting knowledge now. Don't think that, well, I'm not getting any knowledge right now. I'll get knowledge after 5 years, 10 years when I find a guru. What complete absurd nonsense this is. What are you getting here? Are you not getting any knowledge now? So what are you getting here? Wasting time? Unless you're wasting time, it's another thing. Unless you don't get knowledge, it's a different thing. You're in a different world. You were singing that song. Very nice song, very nice. And who's listening to this? Die. Kill him. That song is very good. Then it's fine. You require another guru then. A kangaroo will then fleece you, take money from you, gives you a blessing, and down on the floor, you'll bow down more, Guru, my Guru. And they say, yes, give me money. And then you go. If you're unlucky. If you're lucky, you'll get a nice guru. No problem. It's up to you, Unless you go to, if you go to Australia, you get kangaroo then. Yeah, in India, you get rickshaw guru also. Not possible. All gurus are there, rickshaw gurus, all gurus are there. Yeah, chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Let's continue, please. Thank you.
We should understand from the Vedas what ultimate knowledge really is. The ultimate knowable objective is Krishna, and simply by understanding Krishna, we can understand everything. We do not have to understand things separately. Krishna is within our hearts. He is not far away. Rather, he is everywhere. If Krishna sees that we are attached to him, he becomes our friend. He is friend to everyone, but he is specially a friend to his devotees. As Krishna himself says in Bhagavad Gita,
It's
chapter
very nice,
10,
very nice. See, he's very close to our hearts. Krishna is not far away. He's very close to our heart. And when we become very seriously attached to him, he'll become very attached to us. He becomes our best friend. Now, this is the verse. Now, very nice, 10, 11. Read the verse. Seed verses.
chapter 10, verse 11, Tesham evanukampatam aham ajnana jamtama नाशयामि आत्मभावस्तो ज्ञानदीपेन भावस्वता. Out of compassion for them, I, dwelling in their hearts,
No, read
destroy with
properly.
the.
This is a basic verse. You should know this. Read again.
Should I sing the verse, Prabhupada?
Yes, please.
तेषाम् एवानुकम्पार्थम् अहम् अज्ञानजं तमा नास्यामि आत्मभावस्तो ज्ञानदीपेन भावस्वता.
No, you don't know this verse? The basic verse. Jnana Dipena what? Bhasvata.
Bhasvata.
How come you don't know the seed verses? Small children know this. Jan Tamaha. It's Tamaha. Okay? Be very careful. Please read again. There's a translation now.
तेषाम् एवानुकम्पार्थम् अहम् अज्ञानजन्तमा नास्यामि आत्मभावस्तो ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वता. Out of compassion for them, I, dwelling in their hearts, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance. Jnana is there, it is simply covered with the curtain of ignorance. Light is there and darkness is there. But when we are in darkness, we cannot see things as they are. Krishna says that as one devotes himself to rendering service, he himself dispels the darkness of ignorance. If we actually want to become perfect in this life, we only need to engage in devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagavan. It is not that Bhagavan is difficult to find. Bhagavan is within the heart. Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Radesha Rajno Tishtati. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 8, verse 61.
Rideshe Arjuna Tishtati. So Rideshe means
Deshe Arjuna Tishtati.
Yeah, Rid means heart. Deshe means the place. You know, the word Desha means country also. Desha means Gaon, village also. Desh means home also. And Desh means a place also. So Riddesha. Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam. So Ishvara means God. Sarva Bhutanam. In all living beings. Sarva means all. Bhutanam means living beings. Ridudeshe Arjuna Tishtati. Ridudesha. Rid means heart. Desha means place. He situates where? In the heart. So Ishvara is in all living beings. Sarva Bhutanam. Where does it sit? In the heart. Arjuna Tishtati. That's where it sits. Okay? Continue.
That is the real Bhagavan, within the hearts of all. The Bhagavan is always active. He instructed Brahma, the Lord of the universe, and Brahma, having received Krishna's instructions, created the entire universe. Krishna will also give instruction to us if we simply take to devotional service.
All right. Thank you. I think we have got 3 minutes. It's not too long. Who would like to read now? The last about 10 15 minutes, we will finish this. 10 minutes. Pajanru, can I read this?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Please continue. Thank you.
Text 20. Prasangam ajaram pasham atmana kavayo viduhu sa eva sadhushu krito mokshadwaram apavratam. Translation
Very
by
nice. Very nice.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sorry, Prabhuji. Thank you, Mayuresh, for reading. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Every learned man knows very well that attachment for the material is the greatest entanglement of the spirit soul. But that same attachment when applied to self-realized devotees, opens the door of liberation.
How beautiful this is, you know. So everybody knows, they say, that every learned person knows, learned man knows, that attachment to material is the greatest entanglement for spirit soul. Spirit soul should not be entangled to material things. But the same attachment, when it is to self-realized devotees, opens the door of liberation. You see? Very nice. Yes, please continue.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Here it is clearly stated that attachment for one thing is the cause of bondage in conditioned life, and the same attachment, when applied to something else, opens the door of liberation. Attachment cannot be killed, it has simply to be transferred. Attachment for material things is called material consciousness, and attachment for Krishna or his devotee is called Krishna consciousness. Consciousness, therefore, is the platform of attachment. It is clearly stated here that when we simply purify the consciousness from material consciousness to Krishna consciousness, we attain liberation. Despite the statement that one should...
This is called killing. This is real killing. Transferring attachment from matter to spirit. It is a way of killing. This is how we kill. Yeah? Wonderful. Please continue.
Despite the statement that one should give up attachment, desirelessness is not possible for a living entity. A living entity, by constitution, has the propensity to be attached to something. We see that if someone has no object of attachment, if he has no children, he transfers his attachment to cats and dogs. This indicates that the propensity for attachment cannot be stopped. Rather, it must be utilized for the best purpose. Our attachment for material things perpetuates our conditional state. But the same attachment, when transferred to the Supreme Personality of Godhead or his devotee, is the source of liberation. Here it is recommended that attachment should be transferred to the self-realized devotees, the sadhus. And who is a sadhu? A sadhu is not just an ordinary man with a saffron robe or long beard. A sadhu is described in Bhagavad Gita as one who unflinchingly engages in devotional service. Even though one is found not to be following the strict rules and regulations of devotional service, if one simply has unflinching faith in Krishna, the Supreme Person, he is understood to be a sadhu. Sadhur eva cha mantavyah. Bhagavad Gita chapter. Sadhur eva sa mantavyah. Bhagavad Gita chapter 9 verse 30. A sadhu is a strict follower of devotional service. It is recommended here that if one at all wants to realize Brahman or spiritual perfection, his attachment should be transferred to the sadhu or devotee. Lord Chaitanya also confirmed this. Lava matra sadhu sange sarva siddhi haya. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, chapter 22, verse 54. Simply by a moment's association with a sadhu, one can attain perfection. Mahatma is a synonym of sadhu. It is said that service to a Mahatma or elevated devotee of the Lord is Dwaram Ahur Vimukte, the royal road of liberation. Mahat Sevam Dwaram Ahur Vimuktes Tamo Dwaram Yoshitam Sangi Sangam. Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 5, verse 2. Rendering service to the materialist has the opposite effect. If anyone offers service to a gross materialist or a person engaged only in sense enjoyment, then by association with such a person, the door to hell is opened. The same principle is confirmed here. Attachment to a devotee is attachment to the service of the Lord, because if one associates with a sadhu, the sadhu will teach one how to become a devotee, a worshipper, and a sincere servitor of the Lord. These are the gifts of a sadhu. If we want to associate with a sadhu, we cannot expect him to give us instructions on how to improve our material condition, but he will instruct us how to cut the knot of the contamination of material attraction and how to elevate ourselves in devotional service. That is the result of associating with a sadhu. Kapil Muni first of all instructs that the path of liberation begins with such association. According to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, sadhu sanga sarva shastre kaya lava mata sadhu sange sarva siddhi haya. The verdict of all revealed scriptures is that by even a moment's association with a pure devotee, one can attain all success. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, Canto, chapter 22, verse 54.
Remember one thing. Just because the whole world is calling somebody a sadhu doesn't mean he's a sadhu. We are training you so that you understand what is a sadhu. All this definition given before should be given. You should not be attached, performing devotional service 24/7, very truthful, very honest, very straightforward. Yeah? And attached to Krishna 100%. Alright? Just because somebody is saying there is sadhu is a very pure devotee, is a pure devotee, this is wrong. Be unjudgmental. Do not be fooled. This world is full of cheaters nowadays. Please continue.
It is said that man is a social animal, and according to our association, we can mold our character. Businessmen associate with one another to develop their business capabilities. There are many different types of association, and association brings about bondage to a particular thing. If one associates with materialistic people, one's bondage to sense gratification tightens. Woman is the symbol of sense gratification. Therefore, anything dealing with sense gratification is called Yoshit Sangha. This material world is filled with Yoshit Sangha because everyone is interested in sense gratification. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, verse 44, Bhogeshwarya prasaktanam taya parata chetasam vyavasayatmika buddhi samadho na vidhiyate. In the minds of those who are too attached to sense enjoyment and material opulence, and who are bewildered by such things, the resolute determination of devotional service to the Supreme Lord does not take place. The word bhoga means sense gratification. Bhogeshwarya, those who are overly attached to opulence and sense gratification, cannot understand spiritual life, and they are very slow to take to it. At the present moment, people are manda, very slow. They do not take this Krishna consciousness movement very seriously because they have been taught by modern civilization simply to enjoy life for sense gratification. In the Western countries, especially, there are many implements for sense gratification. There are even machines for shaving, although formerly an ordinary razor would do. Now, thanks to the machine, one does not even have to move his hand. So this is considered progress. However, we learn from the Shastras that human life is not meant for sense enjoyment, but for tapasya. That is Vedic civilization. First of all, one must be trained in the brahmachari system and learn how to
Again,
deny the sense.
that statement. So this is considered, however, we learn.
However, we learn from the Shastras that human life is not meant for sense enjoyment, but for tapasya.
Remember this point. This point has to be put into our focus completely. Human life is not meant for sense gratification, it's meant for tapasya. So sense gratification opportunities come to us. Remember this point. Yes, please continue. Thank you.
That is Vedic civilization. First of all, one must be trained in the brahmachari system and learn how to deny the senses. A brahmachari should be trained in tapasya, not in enjoyment. Formerly, brahmacharis would have to go from door to beg alms for the ashram, and they were trained from the very beginning to address every woman as mother. Presently, people are in such a miserable condition that they are saying, let us die, let us die. However, Krishna in Bhagavad Gita says, why should you die? People want to die in order to put an end to the threefold miseries of material nature. But who is making research on how to stop them? From Bhagavad Gita, we learn that death is not really natural for us. It is artificially imposed upon us, and we have to become deathless again. That is the perfection of human life, but no one cares about it.
How
We have become
beautiful.
so.
How beautiful. Death is artificially imposed on us. It's not natural because soul never dies. Yeah, we have to become used to death, and we have to now become deathless. How wonderful. That's why we are afraid of death, because death is not our propensity. Soul is born, it always existed. Before there's no birth, no death. How wonderful. Is it not so? Absolutely beautiful. Yes, please continue.
That is the perfection of human life, but no one cares about it. We have become so dull that we cannot avoid birth, old age, disease, and death. We are actually experiencing them because we are not alert. For this reason, when Sanatan Goswami approached Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he said, "My dear Lord, somehow or other, you have dragged me to your lotus feet. I am now asking you what my actual position is. Why am I forced to suffer the threefold miseries of material life? No one is interested in inquiring about this matter. Moksha, liberation, means getting free from the threefold miseries of life, as well as birth, old age, disease, and death. Sometimes, when people are a little interested, they take to a path that is not even approved or they invent something. But nothing can be invented. By this Krishna consciousness process, everyone can be elevated. Everyone can be delivered, regardless of his situation or culture. We have spread this Krishna consciousness movement throughout the world, and people are becoming happy because of it. According to Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, verse 32, anyone can take shelter of Krishna. Krishna never denies anyone. And similarly, Krishna's devotee never denies anyone. That is this Krishna consciousness movement. We tell everyone, yes, you are welcome. Take this education and spiritual life and become a devotee of Krishna. Sometimes we are criticized uh, because of this, but Krishna specifically says in Bhagavad Gita that even those who are low born can take shelter of him and become elevated for liberation. What then to speak of pious people born in Brahminical families? Unfortunately, in this age, people born in rich or Brahminical families often don't care for spiritual realization. They misuse their chance and exhaust the results of their pious activities. Society needs first class sadhus in order to improve. If everyone is a Shudra and debauch, how can society be peaceful? Therefore, in order to organize society, Krishna recommends the Varnashram Dharma. There must be ideal Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras. However, no one cares about this now. One may ask, what is a sadhu? A sadhu is one who serves Krishna and engages in Krishna consciousness without reservation. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, verse 30, Shri Krishna says, Api chetsu duracharo bhajate mamananya bha sadhu eva samantavya samyak vyavasito hi saha. Even if one commits the most abominable actions, if he is engaged in devotional service, he is to be considered saintly because he is properly situated. It is the sadhu's business to be very tolerant. When one becomes a devotee, many people become one's enemy because in this age, people are asuric, demoniac. Even one's father may turn into an enemy like Hiranyakashipu, the father of Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad was only 5 years old and was chanting Hare Krishna, but his father was prepared to kill him because he was a devotee. Hiranyakashipu was saying, "Why are you chanting Hare Krishna? Why are you speaking of a separate God? I am God." That is the meaning of Asuri, demoniac. Rascals who claim to be God themselves are simply demons. Although Prahlad's father was insisting that he was God, Prahlad Maharaj could not accept this. He simply accepted his father as an Asur, and consequently, there was a quarrel between them. When Hiranyakashipu asked Prahlad Maharaj, "What is the best thing you have learned from your teachers?" Prahlad replied, O best of the Asuras, as far as I can understand, because we have accepted this material body, we have to accept death. But that is not the object of human life. Human life is meant for moksha, liberation. Unfortunately, foolish people do not understand this. Krishna says, Mrityu sarva haras chaham. I am dead and I will take away everything you possess. Bhagavad Gita chapter 10 verse 34. Hiranyakashipu was such a powerful demon that even the demigods were afraid of him. But Krishna took everything away in a second. Hiranyakashipu was looking for security and he was thinking, I will not die in this way and I will not die in that way. But he did not think that he would be killed by the Lord in the form of Narsimha. However intelligent we may be, and however much we may try to cheat Krishna, Krishna is always more intelligent. When Mother Yashoda tried to bind Krishna with a rope, she found that rope was always 2 inches too short. Our intelligence is like that. We want to cheat God and surpass Him, but this is not possible. People think themselves very advanced in knowledge, but actually, due to their pride, their knowledge is taken away by Maya. Krishna actually takes the knowledge away from atheistic, demonic people like Hiranyakashipu. Atheists do not know that Krishna's intelligence is always at least 2 inches greater than anyone else's. In material life, we simply struggle for existence. We want to exist and we do not want to die. Nor do we want to undergo the pains of birth, catch diseases, or grow old. There are so many miseries in material life that we do not want, but they are forced upon us. Unfortunately, we are not intelligent enough to make a solution to all these problems. We should be inquiring like Sanatan Goswami about how to put an end to them all. Instead, we are working in such a way that we have to accept another material body. We are experiencing the difficulties arising from this material body, but we are not working in a way to become free. This Krishna consciousness movement is giving information on how to become liberated. Those who are Mahatmas are always engaged in chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Bhajan is the chanting of Hare Krishna. If we serve a Mahatma like Haridas Thakur, who was always engaged in chanting Hare Krishna, our path of liberation is open. However, if we associate with materialistic people who are simply mad for sense gratification, we take the way of darkness. Tamo dwaram yoshitam sangi sangam. The Vedas enjoin that we not remain in darkness, but that we go to the light. We have accepted a body, but we will not be allowed to remain in that body permanently. We will have to give it up and accept another, and then another and another. What is this business? The material world is in such darkness, and people are taking on one body after another. The Krishna consciousness movement is therefore here to give enlightenment and liberation. And it is offering not only the simplest process of chanting Hare Krishna, but also the most sublime philosophy.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you very much. Wonderful. So it's very nice. We completed the whole chapter today. And with this, we conclude chapter 10, teachings of Kapila in the form of spiritual attachment and material attachment. So, just before we conclude today, I would want to thank all the tutors, the leaders, Saraswati Mataji, Avinash Krishna Prabhu, Namrata Mataji, Sridhar Prabhu, Soli Mataji, and Sanjeev Prabhu for encouraging all the devotees to write their offerings for Guru Maharaj, engaging them, preaching to them, engaging them. And Maharaj will be very, very pleased. So thank you very much to them. And thank you very much to all of you for writing your offerings there. Hare Krishna. As I said, the timing is very important for me. It's a big red line. So please be careful. And Krishna willing, now next week we will have a class of Guru Maharaj, we try and see. And because the week after will be the Vyasa on a Sunday, where all of us will read our offerings Because I have not read anyone's offerings. All of you sent to me. I have not read anyone's offerings. I don't read anyone's offerings. Earlier, when we were very new, I used to do just to make sure that everybody teaches the proper way. That was many years ago, since 17, 18 years ago. I have not done so far. It's a personal relationship, ecstasy, with Guru Maharaj, all the living beings there, and we want to keep it that way. But if you want to read your offering, please do so in the Vyas Puja day, which will be the 15th of October. 15th is 15th on the December there. Yes, that's right, of October in New Zealand time. In India, the Vyas Puja is on the 14th. So you celebrate on the 14th, we'll celebrate on the 15th together. Yeah. So we are not going to do separate celebrations here in New Zealand. We'll do together online with all of you. Okay. And also, Avinash Nabu, your team of the beginners level who are ready for the IDP intermediate level, please we'll have a discussion about this. I think we are ready for that. So we'll have a separate talk, and I'll have a talk with the tutors also, and then we'll move on this direction. So with the Vyas Puja time is a good time for it also. Okay.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay. Hare Krishna. So wonderful. Thank you very much, dear devotees, for a wonderful association today. Krishna willing, we'll see you next week, same place, same time. Till then, chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Now, before that, somebody will sing Maharaj, Maharaj, please hear us. So, whose turn is it to sing Maharaj, Maharaj, please hear us? Is it my turn to sing?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Who's Mataji? Oh, Navina Mataji. Namaskar. Kaise aat tumi?
Chane Prabhuji.
Maharashtra is in news nowadays. In Indian news, everywhere is news. Khub छान, खूप छान. आता तुम्ही गाणार?
तुम्ही कसे आहात प्रभूजी?
हो मी पण छान आहे, ठणठणीत आहे. थँक्यू. खूप आभार तुमचा आठवलं मला आणि मला विचारलं म्हणून. ओके, ठीक आहे ना? बरोबर बोललो मी? मराठी ठीक आहे? तुम्हाला माहित नाही मराठीत आहे काय? एनिवे, गुड बिगिनिंग. ओके, आणि नवीन एव्हरी वीक नवीन काही बातमी सांगा मराठीमध्ये, ठीक आहे ना?
ठीक है प्रभुजी.
Very nice. All the best to you. So sing very nicely. Sing with nice actions. Okay? And we'll follow you. Okay? 1, 2, 3, start.
Maharaj, Maharaj, please hear us.
Maharaj, Maharaj, please hear us.
We have learned some real good stuff.
We have learned some real good stuff.
Maharaj, we have learned one thing.
Maharaj, we have learned one thing.
And today for you we will sing.
And today for you we will sing.
If our room is clean,
If our room is clean,
then our mind is clean.
then our mind is clean.
If our mind is clean,
If our mind is
we
clean,
can do anything.
we can do anything.
If our room is dirty,
If our room is dirty,
then so are we.
then so are we.
And if we are dirty,
And if we are dirty,
we're not happy.
we're not happy.
Wasting time
Wasting time
is the greatest crime.
is the greatest crime,
Because wasted time
because wasted time
means a wasted mind.
means a wasted mind.
So best use your time
So best use your time
when you're in your prime.
when you're in your prime,
And your whole life
and your whole life
will be sublime.
will be sublime.
If your wealth is gone,
If your wealth is gone,
then there's nothing wrong.
then there's nothing wrong.
But if your health is gone,
If your health is gone,
that's a different song.
that's a different song.
But if your character dies,
But if your character dies,
then the world will cry.
then the world will cry.
Only saintly behavior,
Only saintly behavior,
that's humanity thrive.
that's humanity thrive.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
We must always remember Krishna
We must always remember Krishna
and never forget him too.
and never forget him too.
But how are we to practice this with so many things to do?
But how are we to practice with so many things to do?
That is the greatest question.
That is the greatest question.
And here is the greatest clue.
And here is the greatest clue.
You must learn to work so nicely that Krishna remembers you.
You must learn to work so nicely that Krishna remembers you.
So listen very closely.
So listen very closely
And make your thinking sharp.
and make your thinking sharp.
Let's learn how we can live and work so Krishna won't depart.
Let's learn we can live and work so Krishna won't depart.
If something's due tomorrow,
If something's due tomorrow,
finish it today.
finish it today.
And whatever's due today,
And whatever is due today,
do it now, don't delay.
do it now, don't delay.
If your friends might be lazy
Your friends might be lazy
or doing bad things,
or doing bad things.
you think again,
You think again.
don't follow them,
Don't follow them.
and you will win in the end.
And you will win in the end.
Whatever work we're given,
Whatever work we given,
we do our very best.
we do our very best.
We only live with what we need and give Krishna the rest.
We only live with what we need and give Krishna the rest.
This is how to live, to work and to play. If you learn to live this way, we'll see Krishna every day.
This is how to live, to work and to play. We learn to live this way, we see Krishna every day.
And when the time is up, he'll take himself a bow. We sing and dance with him with our hearts full of love.
And when our time is up, he'll take us up above and sing and dance with him with the heart full of love.
So chant Krishna's names, his glories and his fame. It's the only way this world will ever become sane.
So chant Krishna's name, his glories and his fame. So only where this world ever become sane.
Now please ask this greatest question.
Now please ask this greatest question
And find this greatest clue.
and find this greatest clue.
You could only remember Krishna
Can only remember Krishna
if Krishna remembers you.
if Krishna remembers you.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Chant.
Jai Holiness Srila Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj Srila Gurudev ki Jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Shananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Nishinizai Gaur Chandra Premanande Hari Hari Bol.
Hare Hare Bol.
Namo Vishwadaya Krishna Bhutara Shrimati Mahavishnu Goswami Namini. Namo Vishwadaya Krishna Bhutara Shrimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Namini. Namo Saraswati Devi Govani Prasana Nivisheshwara Nivishadi Sayane. Okay, Hare Krishna. So we'll see you next week, same place, same time. Till then, chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram.